Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all doing super well. Welcome to What's in My Hospital Bag. It sounds like the entrance to a TV show. But yeah, this is going to be What's in My Hospital Bag video for my second pregnancy, my second time giving birth. So as of filming this video, today is the 8th of November. And I am being induced in 12 days. So we are really on the crunch down. So I really wanted to get this video filmed. So I've unpacked absolutely everything. And then once I finish filming, I'm gonna repack everything. So yeah, I hope that this helps you guys out if you guys are expecting a baby and you're struggling to think about what's in your hospital bag or what you need to pack. Hopefully this video gives you a bit of a helping hand, because I struggled a little bit. And I say hospital bag, it's definitely hospital bags. I have a big suitcase down here which I'm not going to lift because I've got to be careful with lifting heavy things. I've got this nappy bag, which will actually be baby's nappy bag when we go out and about, but I'm currently using it to store things in. And then we have this bag full of snacks, which I will go through in a little bit. So let's jump right in. It's actually making me super excited now because I'm going to be using all of this pretty soon, and that is super exciting. So I'm going to separate this video into kind of like 3 categories. So I'm going to separate it into labour and birth, things for mum, and things for baby. I have done a what's in dad's / birth partner's hospital bag from when I was pregnant with my first son Theodore. If you want to watch that, then I'll pop it in the iCard or in the description, because it's pretty much going to be exactly the same, other than I think Tom packs swim shorts in case I had a water birth, and we probably won't be doing that this time, because I'm giving birth on a consultant-led ward, and I will be getting in like a bath if I want to, but they don't have the big birthing pools, so it won't be possible for Tom to get in with me. So that's the only thing that's slightly different about his bag this time around. So let's jump into labour and birth. So the first thing I'm going to go through is what's in this plastic bag, which is literally just food and snacks, because I made the mistake the first time round of just not staying energized enough. I was in labour. I went into labour on the 12th of September with my first, and he wasn't born until the early hours of the 15th. And I barely ate anything during that time because I just spent most of my time sleeping. Trying to get through that early stage of labour. I will not be making that mistake this time around, especially because I am being induced, so I can hopefully have time to eat and not have to think about pain and resting too much. Hopefully I'll have a little bit of time to build my energy up. So I'll go through what snacks I've got in here. Sweet and salty popcorn. I do have to be careful with what I eat. I do have gestational diabetes, so I can't bring in like bars of chocolate or things like that, which is absolutely gutting. I wish I could eat chocolate all throughout my labour. Peanuts. Now these, they do have chocolate in, but they have been an absolute lifesaver since I've been diagnosed with gestational diabetes. They are the Nature Valley protein bars with peanuts and chocolate in. Obviously, if you're allergic to peanuts, then please do not have these. But if you're looking for something that keeps your energy up and tastes good, these are absolutely amazing. So I'm hoping that that's going to be enough in terms of snacks. But if absolute worst comes to it, there is just a shop around the corner from the hospital, so Tom can just pop out and get some things from the shop if absolute worst comes to it. And then I have 4 of these electrolyte drinks. I think these will be good for postpartum as well, because we don't know how long we're going to be in the hospital for. And hospital water just isn't that nice. So I've got 4 of these Wow Hydrate electrolyte drinks. I've had to go with a sugar-free version because, again, gestational diabetes. But hopefully these keep my energy up during labour as well if I feel like I need it. So these next things are for the actual process of labour itself. Now I don't have too much for this. I only have 3 things. So I have a fan, which I got this off Amazon, and it's really good. It's rechargeable, and luckily it matches my phone charging cable, so I don't need to buy a brand new cable for it. And it comes with a little stand as well in case you don't want to hold it, and it's got 3 little power settings. It's really powerful, which is really, really nice. I remember getting so hot and bothered during my first labour, and I didn't have a fan or anything like that. And I'm hoping that if like the cool air's blowing on me, it does give me something to kind of focus on. A little bit more like focusing on the cool air on my face rather than tensing up and focusing on how hot and bothered I feel. Next up is a TENS machine. Now some hospitals do have TENS machines on site, but I know with ours they were very kind and lent me one of theirs, but it does depend on the availability, and obviously if they didn't have one I would be a bit upset. So I got my own. I actually got this for free off Facebook Marketplace. It just needed some new batteries. So this is what it looks like. This is a Boots like own branded one. Comes with all the wires and everything and instructions. And then I just got some universal electrode pads from Amazon. So I will definitely be using this because I remember this helping me so much in my first labour. It did get me through to about 4 centimetres. But then once I got into hospital, I did kind of just lose control a little bit. So I'm hoping that because I start my labour in the hospital, I won't lose control and can use the TENS machine a bit more rather than going on to stronger pain relief. And then lastly for labour and birth is I have these 2 combs here. So they do kind of work similar to the TENS machine, where when you have a contraction or a surge, you press down on it. I need to do some research on where to kind of do it, but you're basically directing the pain somewhere else and distracting your mind from where the pain is actually coming from. So I've bought 2 different types. I bought them in a pack from Asda. So I'm hoping that I can use these to my advantage as well, because I want to try and go a bit longer before I get an epidural or anything like that. But we will just have to see how it goes this time around. I am staying pretty open to all my options because I remember with Theodore I wanted all natural, just gas and air, water birth, and none of that happened. I ended up having an epidural. And if I need to do that again this time, I won't be scared to ask for one, but I do want to try and explore different avenues of pain relief first. So I read about these, and yeah, hopefully it gives me a bit of assistance in terms of pain relief. So that's everything I've packed for labour and birth. So now let's go through everything for mum. So the first thing I've just got everything in a massive pile. Most of it is clothes, but I will go through everything. So the first thing is this little toiletry bag. This is filled with things for postpartum. So I've got here this Spritz for Bits from My Expert Midwife. Now this was actually in our loft and we never used it the first time round, so I will definitely be using it because I remember not using anything last time at postpartum, and I remember being so sore. And I had so I had a 2nd degree tear which I needed stitches for, and I also had a graze as well, which was so painful. and this would have been amazing. So I'm definitely going to use this time around. I also have some of these, which is disposable underwear. So this is what it looks like all unfolded, because I needed to try them on to get the right size. So this is what they look like. They're super stretchy, and you can just put your pads or anything like that in there with them and be absolutely fine. Speaking of, we've got a couple of maternity pads in here, and I'm also packing 2 extra packs as well. So I've got 2 packs of 12 as well as the ones in here, because I remember running out the first time around and I felt awful having to ask the hospital for all of their pads. But I underestimated how much I would be bleeding, so definitely pack more maternity pads than you're expecting to use, because you will probably go through them quite quickly. And then the last thing is these Freedom Mom pad liners. Now these sound really nice. So basically they've got witch hazel in them, and you put them on top of your maternity pad, and they're supposed to give like a cooling sensation. See how these go, and if I recommend them, then I'll probably let you know in a vlog postpartum. But yeah, we'll see how it goes using these. So that's in my little postpartum care bag. Like I said, I've got 2 packs of 12 maternity towels as well, and then the last thing I've got kind of for like recovery is a peri bottle. I never had a peri bottle the first time round, and that first pee and that first poo after giving birth, it was intense, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it was very intense, and I didn't have anything like this with me. So what you do is you unscrew the top, you fill it with either cold or warm water. Do not put hot water in it, because that will probably make things worse down there. And then when you go to the toilet, either for a pee or a poo, you put it down and it sprays water onto your downstairs area. And if you're having a pee, it helps to dilute the pee and make it not sting as much. And obviously this will provide some relief for when you're having your first number 2 as well, because everything is going to be super swollen and super delicate down there. So yeah, I invested in one of these this time around, because I regret not having it the first time. So everything else is mainly clothes. So I'll just quickly go through everything that I've got. So first is a pair of cheap flip-flops. I got these from Primark, because like the shower floors are a bit minging, and they're not, obviously they have to be clean because it's a hospital, but I remember walking around barefoot and just feeling a bit bleh. So I'm debating whether to just wear these the entire time, but I am also probably going to be doing a lot of walking around as well to get labour going, and it's going to be in the middle of November, so it's going to be pretty cold. It's already freezing outside. So yeah, I might just use these for once I'm on the ward, because we are staying in for at least 24 hours when a baby is born, because they have to do his tests for diabetes and make sure his blood sugars are all okay. So yeah, these are for just walking around the hospital in. Pajamas, so I have 2 pairs of these Primark pajamas, and these are the stretchiest, comfiest pajamas I have ever owned, and I may even get a 3rd pair. But I'm just keeping 2 in for now and hoping that that's going to be enough. I do have some more pajamas behind me, just in a little box. So if absolute worst comes to it, I can always ask Tom to come home and grab me another pair of pajamas if we've got to stay in hospital a bit longer than expected. So we've got 2 pairs of pajamas here. We've got some black underwear. Now I bought these in a 5-pack from Primark, and I purposefully bought oversized because I am going to be in a lot of pain probably, whether I have a vaginal birth or a C-section. I am preparing for both. So black underwear, because obviously if you leak or anything like that, it does hide it and it's much more difficult to see. So I think I've got 5 pairs of black underwear here. got a pair of fluffy socks. So these have got the little grip pad things on the bottom, so if my feet get cold or anything like that, or I just want to have a little ponder about, I'll wear these. A baggy t-shirt. Now this t-shirt holds a lot of memories for me because I remember wearing it overnight when me and Theodore had to stay in. So I think it's kind of a tradition that I keep this t-shirt. So I've got this Kasabian t-shirt, and this used to belong to my dad, and he actually bought this t-shirt when him and my mum went to see Kasabian, and it was actually the night that Tom and I got engaged as well. So this t-shirt holds a lot of memories, and it holds a very, very special place in my heart. So it was kind of a given that I had to put this in my hospital bag. A pair of joggers. Now I do have one more pair of joggers that I'm waiting to arrive. I bought them from Asda, but I'm just waiting for them to be delivered. So I've got this is actually Tom's pair of joggers, but I asked if I could borrow them because they're super baggy, super comfy, and they won't, if I do have a C-section, they won't irritate my incision too much. So yeah, 2 pairs of joggers. The other one I bought is just a simple grey pair, and I think they're fleece lined as well, so they'll keep my legs nice and warm. A sweatshirt in case I get a bit too cold, because the temperature can fluctuate so much in hospitals. So I'm just packing that just in case, and I'm also maybe debating packing this as well, which is like this hooded like loungewear top, which is nice and comfy as well, and nice and soft. And then the only other thing I have in terms of clothes is a vest and this fleece, which is my all-time favourite fleece. I've been wearing this constantly, but I am probably going to wear this to come home in because it's nice and big, nice and soft as well. So I'm going to have to give this a wash and then put it in the suitcase because otherwise I will keep wearing it. I might actually swap out this for the fleece, and then I might wear it more than once. And then last things for me are toiletries. So I've got a hairbrush here, and I've got this little Body Shop little drawstring bag, so I'll just show you what's in that. Lip balm, because your lips will get quite dry in the hospital. It's stuffy, but it's dry. I don't know how to describe it, but my lips always get dry in hospital. I don't know why. Sanex shower gel. I tried to find the unfragrance one, but I couldn't find it. But I don't think this has a very, very gentle smell. Like, it doesn't have much of a scent at all, really. Because I know that they discourage you from using perfumes and things like that while baby gets used to your smell. So I got some of that. I couldn't get a travel size, but that's okay. Shampoo and conditioner. So I got these travel size ones for when we went to Center Parcs, and we still have loads left, and I didn't want to spend more money on stuff we already had. So 2 little travel size ones. Deodorant, that is a definite. I always use roll-ons anyways, so it fits nicely in the bag. Face wipes. Now I was debating taking my skincare with me, but it would just take up too much room, and I'm probably going to be so distracted by baby, and the last thing I'm going to be thinking about is whether to put my skincare on. So I'm just going to take these simple cleansing wipes and just give my face a wipe in the morning after I've had like a shower and a wash. So those were pretty handy. Got a travel toothbrush, so this just comes off like that, and then you put it on the bottom and you've got a decent sized toothbrush. And to go with that, travel size toothpaste. We're hoping to not be in for more than 48 hours, so fingers crossed we can stick to that. And then the last thing is a couple of hair clips. Now I don't like really using hair bobbles, so these could technically count for labour as well. So what I might do is I might put one with the labour pile and then one with the postpartum pile, and put a couple of hair bobbles in there in case like I want to plait my hair or anything. But yeah, that is everything for me. So let's move on to baby. So in terms of baby, the reason why I'm being induced is because I have something called IUGR, which is intrauterine growth restriction, due to placental insufficiency. So basically my placenta didn't form properly, so baby's growth is being restricted because he's not getting enough nutrients and oxygen. So I'm having twice weekly scans to monitor that, but at the moment he is measuring under 5 pounds. So we have had to buy a lot of tiny baby clothes, so up to 6 pound clothes. So it's just all going to depend on how small he is. My bump is measuring quite small as well, so he's probably going to be pretty dinky. So we are preparing for all options. So what I've done is I have these sandwich bags and I've labelled them all. So I've got a few outfits here. So we've got, let me go through it all. So we've got a first outfit here. So what I've done is I've put a normal newborn size in there. This one down here that was supposed to be his first outfit is actually an up to 1 month onesie. So I do not think he's going to fit in that. So what I've done is I've folded a newborn vest and a tiny baby vest inside this tiny baby onesie. So he's got 2 outfits for each. So we've got his first outfit here, 1 spare outfit, 2 spare outfits, and then his coming home outfit. So we've got a normal sized and then a tiny size in the same bag, so it doesn't take up as much room, and we've got options in case he's on the normal side of weight or he's on the smaller side. And we've also got vests, so these are mixed sizes. We've got newborn and tiny baby in here. A lot of muslins. We didn't pack that many muslins the first time round, and I remember needing them so much. So there's about 5 in here, so I'm hoping that that's going to be enough. And then in here we've got bibs, spare hats, and some socks as well in case his little feet get cold, because it's going to get pretty chilly in the hospital. So yeah, that's all jam-packed with stuff. Cotton wool pads just in case. I remember with Theodore he got a bit of like a gunky eye, so they just used some sterile water and some cotton pads to clean that off. So these will definitely come in handy. We have got some nappies. So these are the Pampers size 1. We do have the size 0 as well in case he is a bit small. But I think he should be okay. Again, if absolute worst comes to it, Tom can always pop home and grab some size 0s if he is that small. But I'm hoping he'll fit in these. So these start from £4. So we're hoping he's going to be over £4. We have 2 packs of those, and we have 2 packs of wipes as well. These are the Thread and Flow ones from Tesco's. These are the ones we use with Teddy, so it makes sense that we use the same ones. My mum has bought us lots of different types. We've got like the Pampers ones over there. We've got some in a drawer. So we've got plenty of wipes in the bag and at home. And we also have 3 boxes of the Kendamil ready to feed. Now, we don't know how long we're going to be in there for. I have harvested 8 full syringes of colostrum, which I will be taking with me. I'll go through that in a little bit when I go through like my last minute bits to pack. So I've harvested 8 mils of colostrum, so that should be enough for the hospital stay, but we are taking some of these as well, and we don't know how many he's going to need. So we're packing 3 boxes, and obviously anything we don't use in the hospital we'll just bring home with us. So I will not be breastfeeding this time around. I've harvested colostrum because I never did that with Teddy because I never produced enough. But I've produced a fair amount this time, hence why I have 8 full syringes worth. But then once that has been used up, we will be going straight onto bottle feeding. Just because I remember it being so traumatic last time trying to breastfeed, and I just don't want to go through that again, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, we will be bottle feeding once my colostrum is all used up. And then a couple of other things we've got for baby are the little hand and footprint kits, because I forgot to do this in the hospital with Ted and he was a few days old by the time we got around to doing this. So I'm putting this in the suitcase so I don't forget. We've got his little name announcement plaque here, so I'm going to cover his name up, but it says, "Hello world, my name is," and then his name underneath. So I've got that in this little envelope just to keep it nice and protected. There was a couple of things hiding under that blanket, so I'll just quickly go through those. So we've got nappy bags. We've got his little cardigan for coming home. This might swamp him depending on how big he is, but that's all right because it'll keep him warm either way. And then last couple of things are these Love to Dream swaddles. Again, these are probably gonna absolutely drown him, but these are from up to they start at £5, so we're hoping that he'll fit in these. So we've got 2 because we don't know if one of them is going to get pooed on or sicked on. We've just got no idea, so I'm packing both of them just to be on the safe side. And then the absolute last thing is his blanket. So Tom's sister Helen actually made this from scratch, and it's just so lovely. It's so nice. It's going to keep him super warm and super comfy. And she actually made Teddy his own blanket as well when we were waiting for him to make his arrival, and now his little brother has one as well. So yeah, it's making me really emotional thinking about it now. And then lastly is my last minute bit. So I've got a little list with everything on and what bag it needs to go in. So if it's go time and I go into labour before my induction date, we've got a list with everything I need and which bag it needs to go in. So my maternity notes, I am probably just going to keep those in the car, to be honest, because I have to go to the hospital twice a week anyways. So I'm probably just going to move those to the glove compartment of the car. So I won't need to put those in any specific bag. My diabetes kit. So as far as I'm aware, I'll need to be monitored every hour in terms of my blood sugar when I go into labour. So, and obviously I need to give this back once I've had the baby. So we've got the box here and I've got my actual testing kit downstairs, so I can give that all back once my blood sugar levels have gone down after birth. I can give that all back, ready for the next person to use. Headphones, my Bluetooth headphones are just over there. So what we're going to do is the night before or the day before, we are going to charge all of the electronics, charge the fan and everything, and make sure that they've all got full charge, just to make sure. Obviously there's plug sockets in the hospital, but it might not be the first thing on my mind, so we're going to charge all of it on the Sunday night before I go in to be induced on the Monday. My trusty water bottle, I use this all the time, so this will have to be a last minute thing, but I'll probably just take this in the car with me when we actually go to the hospital, and then we'll probably just put it in the snack bag or something while we walk up there, and then we'll get it back out again once things get going. And then absolute last thing, as I mentioned, is my colostrum. So we have a little cool bag downstairs, and I've also put some cool packs in the freezer, the reusable ice blocks. So when it is time to go, I'll put it all in the cool bag, take it to the hospital, and then the hospital do have freezers and fridges to put everything in as well. So if you are harvesting colostrum, your midwife should give everything to you. But you need to have obviously the syringe and then a sticker with your name, your hospital number, and the date it was expressed on it. And then I've put a little option underneath for the date that it's defrosted as well, so we know how long we've got to use it. But other than that, that is it. So I know that that was a lot to take in. I've packed a fair amount more, I would say, compared to last time. I was very underprepared last time, but I'm hoping that this time round Tom won't need to come home for anything. So fingers crossed, but we will have to wait and see. So I hope you guys have really enjoyed this video. I hope it has given you a bit of a helping hand in what to pack in your hospital bag. And now I'm going to repack this all in the suitcase, and then I need to clean out the boot of the car and we can get it all in and ready to go. So yeah, I hope you guys have really enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.